Beyond the Golden Gate Bridge awaits glorious Marin County, home to sweeping vistas, diverse cultures, and inspiring causes. Join us for Marinterviews, profiling people and projects, creating a meaningful impact in our community. Hi there, welcome back to Marinterviews, where we are showcasing people and projects making a difference in our community. I'm Sandra Riley Grimshaw, and joining me today, I'm very excited to get to know Heidi Carman from First Responder Therapy Dogs.
That's right.
Okay, I wanted dog lover. I want to know everything about what you do and why. And welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. First Responder Therapy Dogs started because my puppy that I raised for Guide Dogs for the Blind was not suited to become a guide dog.
Aw, yep.
So we tried really hard, but it just wasn't the job for her. So she was career changed when she was 14 months old, and I was able to adopt her as my pet. And at that time, I got her certified as a therapy dog with a national organization.
Okay.
Because I believe the reason that she was career changed was that she was just so solicitous for attention from every single person that she met. Therapy dog work was going to be the right job for her.
What a great...
those dogs are bred and born to work, and
Yeah.
they need a job, and she loves what she's doing. So
What is what is a therapy dog? What does she do?
a therapy dog helps...
Well, first responder therapy dog, right? So
First responder
yeah.
therapy dog. What we do is we bring therapy dogs to first responders, and we help. The reason that we do this is to help with the mental health of first responders, because their job is extremely stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we just come in with the dogs after a bad call or a bad shift, and they just get
Or a bad year,
yeah,
like a couple years ago. Gosh.
Yeah, they just love seeing the dogs, and they just get down on the ground and they cuddle with them, and it just breaks up their day, and it makes them just relax and exhale. And there's a lot of science behind the benefits of therapy dogs, especially with the first responder population. It helps increase the feel-good chemicals and helps them just relieve stress simply by petting one of our dogs, which is so incredible. It's so simple and so beneficial at the same time.
Well, I know of similar situations for perhaps older, retirement homes, and I know when we used to actually take our dog to the, they don't do them on school campuses anymore, but it was just this feeling of, if you had a well-behaved dog that the kids could come and hug, you just saw a different feeling with these kids, a different emotion. And the first responders, is that something you thought of or you heard about?
No, I just made it up.
Good for you.
What happened was when I got Kareth, my dog's name is Kareth, and she is a golden retriever, and she's super friendly, and she became certified. We became certified as a team.
Okay.
And the first thing we started doing was volunteering our time at the Marin Health Medical Center Emergency Department. So we go in there every Thursday and just spend time with the staff and the patients, and she loved it. And then one day, 2 paramedics from Central Marin Fire came in, and it was just this love fest that was incredible. They had a really bad call. They had a really hard call with a kid. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
And they were in there, and then they saw Kareth, and these both big, burly, big grown men, right? They got down on the ground with her, and they were just like holding on and hugging, and she was wagging her tail, and it was like really powerful. Mm-hmm. So from there, they asked if we would visit their fire station so we could see all the crews. So we started doing that, and then word got out in Marin that we were doing that. And so the other fire departments said, hey, what about us? Come to our station.
Yeah.
So we did, and then the Marin CHP said, wait, wait a minute, what about us? And so we went over there, and then before I knew it, I thought, I'm going to fire, police, and then dispatch, CHP dispatch, the 911 call takers. We went out there.
Wow.
Those are the first responders that we serve.
Yeah.
So it was like, I just saw this incredible need that wasn't being filled by other therapy dog organizations. Most of the time, most of the things, like you said, therapy dogs go to like nursing homes and schools and college campuses for stress. But no, I could not find any organization that specifically did what I was doing. So I created it.
Oh, good for you. And I can just imagine the big, exhausted, either big burly person or small person doing something else, but there's so much stress in those positions. I can and I can just imagine, just because I know how we are with our dog.
Yeah.
So is it just you, or do you have more people now?
Well, now we do, but then this was in 2020.
Wow.
2020 wildfire season, and wildfire season in California is a big time for us. So we go to all the big wildfire base camps. But during the 2020 fire season, when there was a big lightning storm and a lot of fires started all up and down the state at the same time.
Right.
Made it very difficult for firefighters because the resources were spread so thin because there were so many fires at the same time. So they were extremely overworked, stressed, exhausted. And so I went on the road with my dog Kareth, and we went up and down the state to
Oh
the
my gosh.
fire base camps.
Wow.
And that's when I said, I need more Kareths.
Yeah.
We cannot do this all alone. There's such a huge need, and I'm just one person and one dog. So
Yeah.
started talking to some friends here in Marin who were certified dog trainers, and they helped me to create a certification with their expertise so that we could certify more teams and get more dogs out to help. And that was the beginning. So in the beginning, it was just myself and
Wow.
2 other teams here in Marin, and now we have 70 teams
Oh my
in
gosh.
14 states.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
And growing.
Oh my gosh. So you're a
Yeah.
national organization now.
Yes, we are a national organization now. It's been in such a short time too. That's why the need is so huge that it's growing like wildfire, no pun intended, but
Yeah.
that's basically what's happening.
But I just love stories of from despair or need or gloomy situations that you had. You and your team had an idea. Well, you now you have a team.
Yeah, I have a
but
team.
then to take initiative and. I mean, did you have to pre-qualify to go to these sites, or did you just drive up and go, "Hi, I've got a dog"?
No. You can never just show
Yeah.
up. You really can never just show up. It's not okay. The departments don't like it. It's actually very hard to get permission to get onto those anywhere, and especially during the pandemic, it was tough. But I just made some connections through my Marin connections with the firefighters that I was taking care
Right.
of to visit. And then I made a called Cal Fire, who the Cal Fire runs the big camps, and I got in with their peer support. And in the beginning, it was really hard because I had to make all these connections.
Yeah.
But now they know me, so now they call right
that's-
away, which is incredible. I mean, it's only been 2 years, not even 2 years. We've come so far.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you are officially a nonprofit, so I'm guessing looking for donations.
Always, right.
We'll have all
Starting
that
a-
information. What other? I mean, it's been happening too fast, possibly. But do you have any certain goals in the future? Is it just more people, more help?
My ultimate goal is that every first responder in the United States has the opportunity to benefit from a visit from one of our therapy dogs.
Wow.
So that's a huge goal, if you can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
I don't have the number of how many first responders there are, but there's a lot.
Do you have a couple interesting stories, heartwarming stories?
Heartwarming. I have a zillion of them.
And Carly, you're going to make me cry.
I won't give you the crying ones. If you want, I will. If you want me to. I have a good dispatch story. People don't really realize how
So 911.
911 call
Okay.
takers. So if you dial 911, the person that answers the phone. So people don't really think about how stressful that job can be, because if you think about it, you get a call, you don't know, you're on the phone with the caller, and then the paramedics or the police get there and they hang up the phone, and the call taker has no idea the outcome of that call. So that can be extremely stressful. So I was at dispatch in San Francisco. Their dispatch center is really big. They dispatch out fire, police, and EMS. And I was walking around up and down the rows of the dispatchers, and one woman was on a call, and she was giving medical advice to the caller.
Oh.
And I can only hear what the dispatcher's saying. I can't hear the other end of the conversation because it's in their ear. But she reached her hand out, and she reached out to pet Kareth, so I would stop. So she was petting Kareth, who was sitting right next to her, as she's talking to this person, explaining what to do until the paramedics could get there. And they're so calm. Those dispatchers are incredible. You wouldn't know that they're stressed because they have to stay calm, right? So she's calm. She's petting Kareth. She gets off the call, the call ends, paramedics get there, and she turns to me and she's like, that was incredible. I felt so much calmer when I was petting her. And if she hadn't told me, I wouldn't know, because she didn't show that she wasn't calm. Because inside she was probably very like anxious and everything. But just petting Kareth was so incredible. And she said, I can't wait to tell my husband. Can I take a picture of her? She was just like, this is amazing. So I think it's important that people really that they understand the stressful job of 911 call takers, you know.
Because I never thought about that. They don't have follow-up.
Yeah,
they don't
know.
There's no resolution. It's next call,
Yeah.
next call.
Yeah.
And then, how wonderful that, and your dog must be just, where's my adventure today?
I know. She's so friendly. She's wonderful. One story from fire base camp up in Tahoe, the big fire last year.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Caldor fire. We went to the base camp at Heavenly Valley, and we went up there a lot. And this one firefighter just came walking up as we're walking up and down the rows of engines where all the firefighters are getting ready. And he came up and he saw Kareth, got down on his knees at her level, hugged her, literally like buried his head in her and hugged her. And I could see he was crying. I mean, there were no words.
Yeah.
And he got up and he looked at me and he said, my wife had to put our dog down last night, and I'm here at the fire. And then he said, thank you.
Yeah.
And then he walked off. And I was like, oh my God, that's really heavy.
But the impact that you're having, that is, I hope you feel fulfilled. I'm glad you're got a team now.
Yeah.
And the need, all of a sudden, you start thinking first responders, and then you start thinking of how many people that is, and then the word of mouth. How many firefighters from Marin go elsewhere, go and help down in LA, or LA people come up here, or they go into other states. So I just find it fascinating what you're doing. And as a dog lover, I can understand, because there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So can people reach you through all the social media that we'll put up?
Yep. And our website, everything's on our website.
And anything brewing, any kind of fundraising efforts? Are you just, you're so new at doing what you're doing.
Right. We're gearing up for the end of year fundraising season, Giving Tuesday. And
good. Yeah. That's basically when we're launching.
Yeah. So we're going to do a lot of, social media around that. And now that I have so many teams across so many states, I hope that we'll be able to get more reach. But, starting a nonprofit during the pandemic made fundraising really challenging.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. We're working on it. But the more fundraising we can do, the more funds we can get, the more first responders we can reach. So ultimately, that'd be wonderful if we could get more funding for this amazing thing we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, we will do everything we can. I really appreciate you coming in and sharing your story. This is just, I want to meet your dog. We have a black lab mix who is 11 going on 2. So we understand, and it's just all he wants is love. And it's like, I'll take the unconditional love any day. So I really respect what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. All right, we will be back with another Marin Interviews soon. And if you hear of anybody that you think we should know about, please let us know. Thanks very much. Marin Interviews, produced in partnership with Marin Arts, Marin Link, Truce, and D2ISF. Please join us on our mission. Nominate a person or program to be profiled either in studio, location, or Zoom. Sponsor a segment. We look forward to working with you.